Hey, this is Sean from Nero Di Marte, and you're listening to the Brutally Delicious podcast.
Brutally Delicious!
Where have you been all day?
Yeah, I made some coffee and I listened to a bunch of this Nero Di Marte.
Yeah, I was just listening to their new single.
Is that La Fuga?
Yes. La Fuga, La Fuga. Yeah.
Yeah, there's if you go to their website, they've got a few other ones, Larca, and very interesting.
Yeah, I mean, it's quite experimental.
But heavy.
So heavy.
I dig that.
I don't have a website. Oh, there it is. Way down there.
Yeah, the website's got like 3 or 4 videos there, or playthroughs or whatever they are, and I was getting acquainted with them. It's very heavy, and normally I'm not a fan of, I think we've had this conversation, progressive anything, because I think more often than not it becomes an exercise in like instrumental masturbation, but sorry, that's my personal opinion.
Hey, I'm usually that way too. I'm not a big fan of stuff like this, but this had me kind of in a trance, you know?
Yeah, I was gonna say it's droney, but it's experimental, it's progressive, it's heavy as hell when the vocals come in, so I kind of dig it.
Yeah, I mean, how far did I get into this song? 2 minutes, and there wasn't really any vocals.
Mm-hmm.
Are they an instrumental band?
No, there's vocals.
Oh, there is.
Oh yeah, it's like black metal vocals, like that, that guttural sort of thing going on. In fact, we're speaking to Sean Worrell. I think that's how you pronounce his last name. He's the vocalist.
Oh, cool. Right on. Yeah, I was listening to it, and I was like, 2 minutes in, there's no vocal yet. Which is cool. And but I was like, I was listening, and suddenly I realized, I'm like, fuck, I'm tripping right out. What the hell's going on here? Yeah.
But I like it.
Yeah. It would be something I think live would be really interesting to see, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know if there's much, like crowd surfing going as kind of just, I guess the word is entranced. I don't know if that's a word, but just like staring.
Yeah. And there was Seasons of the Mist.
Yeah. We've done a lot with them.
Yeah, we have. Yeah.
Katie has been great about hooking us up with stuff. So
yeah.
That's where like Foscore came from, and somebody we did really early on. I can't remember his name now. A single artist, like one of our second or third shows.
I can't remember. I mean,
I don't. But
we did quite a few shows last year.
53.
53. Holy shit. It's
in 6 months, right?
Yeah. It's, what are we trying to beat Howard Stern? How many shows does he do? 5 a week?
Yeah, something like that. It just happened that way, and we were rolling, and
hey, I'll do it. I'm in.
It's going to happen this year too, because by the time I get 10 or 12 off the boat, and we're doing 5 here, 10 there, I mean, it's going to be a lot.
Oh God, I'm so pissed off that I'm not going on that boat.
Yeah, that sucks.
I've been getting messages from people down there. They're already drinking beers, having fun. Yeah.
I've been keeping up with some of my friends that are making their way down there too. They're already down, but
yeah.
Denise couldn't get off of work today, which she had some meeting with the last minute notice or whatever. So we're just going to leave first thing in the morning.
Oh, it'll be fine. I didn't know there was flights out of Richmond. It's such a small city. I didn't know that it was.
We got a direct flight, actually.
I'm shocked because, like, what's the population of Richmond? Like 250,000 or something?
Oh, I don't know. I think you're misjudging it. Richmond's pretty big.
Is it?
Yeah, it's a good sized city.
Oh, I always thought it was kind of a small city. I looked up because when you
they've
told me you got
international airport.
Richmond VA population 227,000.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, so that's why I was just like, oh, but then I thought there's got to be a lot of surrounding area. Like the size of DC is what, 900,000 or something.
Look up the population of Mechanicsville. That's where I'm at.
Mechanicsville?
Yeah. By the way, I'm drinking coffee out of that mug you sent me, so thank you once again.
Oh, cool.
I know I thanked you via text, but now here's the official thank you.
Hey, no problem. I thought you needed it. 36,000 in Mechanicsville.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So, but yeah, it's an international airport. It's decent size, and she got a direct flight from here to Fort Lauderdale for I think 190 each way.
God, that is so cheap.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Dude, you're gonna be like, because it's getting cold again now here.
Yeah. I was doing the weather reports. So in Fort Lauderdale, it was like 80 yesterday, but in Cozumel, it was 89.
Oh.
So I'm going to make sure I get my camera turned on for the podcast when I get back so you can see the fucking Speedo tan line. I've been telling everyone at work, this is going to be a good visual for you and anybody listening, Christina or Dale, whoever listens out there. I've been telling everybody at work I packed my leather-studded Speedo for the trip.
Oh, fuck. I don't want to imagine this. Why? I'm hungover. I'm not feeling well. And this
right.
is
And now you got,
I got to think about you in a leather studded Speedo.
Right. We've got armadillos in our trousers.
You know, every year I go on this boat, there's this one guy, he's got blonde hair and he walks around in nothing but I don't even know what you call it. It's like a flap. There's like a flap on the front and a flap on the back.
Yep. Be honest though, do you sneak a peek?
No. I mean, the guy is a fucking Adonis. I mean, he's like fit as hell. But like,
you're not sneaking a peek?
No, not really. No. Did you sneak a peek? It's like that Seinfeld episode.
How come
right there? How could we not look?
How come you relate everything? Anything I send you, anything I say to you relate to Seinfeld. I send you messages and I get Seinfeld memes.
Because there's a thing in Seinfeld for everything. Like Fusilli Jerry, where George's dad got the fusilli stuck up his ass.
Nice. That was great. Did you see that thing I sent you?
Like, I did, but
coaxial cable.
I was like, fuck, I don't want to read what people got shoved up their ass.
I sent it to Riley, who I still speak with. He was laughing hysterical. Because coaxial cable, up the junk that's pretty thick, dude. Yeah, read that thing.
Oh, God. Why?
And then there was a thing where the emergency doctor said, patient says he fell in the shower, landed on a can of aerosol spray, and it went all the way in.
Oh.
I hate when that happens.
Oh, God. Oh.
It begs so many questions there. Why? Well, whatever.
Why is there a can of aerosol spray in the?
And man, yeah, exactly. But that's got to be some sort of amazing timing that. Oh. Yeah, whatever.
See, there's another Seinfeld reference because they're.
And here we go.
Yeah, I won't. All go right, there.
I won't go there either. Let's try and keep it on the up and up for the first episode of the year.
Okay, let's do it.
All right, so I'm going to get Sean on the line here, and hopefully we'll have more luck.
Go lie down.
Sean!
Hello.
Hey, how are you?
Good.
And that's my partner, Chris.
Hello.
Okay. Hi, Chris.
How are you doing?
Hi. Good.
Welcome to the Brutally Delicious podcast.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
What time is it over there in Italy?
It's 4:30 in Rome right now. Yeah, that's where I am.
Not so bad then.
No. Where are you guys located?
Virginia.
We're both in Virginia, yeah.
Oh, okay. Cool.
So if you're ready, we can go ahead and we'll just jump in and see where it ends up. I don't know if you've listened to them before, but sometimes we're a little bit off topic and irreverent. We ramble, but if you go with us, we'll be all right.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. Yeah, I've heard parts of the podcast before, so yeah.
And you still did it, huh?
Wow. This is the first person that's listened to it and then decided, yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
So for those listening not familiar with Nero Di Marte, can you give us like the 2-sentence boardroom pitch?
Oh God, that's difficult. Well, we play heavy music, both in sound and emotions, I would say. But we have a a penchant for experimentation and atmospheres, and I would say we're on the more progressive side of music. That's the best I can do.
Oh, that's beautiful. That works perfectly.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
So,
How did you guys kind of... I've never really heard a band like yours before. So how did you kind of sculpt or end up in this sound? I know it's like an organic thing that just kind of happens, but like it's so kind of avant-garde, I guess. I don't know if that's the right word. How did you end up playing this style of music?
well, it is an organic thing. I think we have had similar influences when we started out. Within, I think, all of us, there's certain types of music DNA within all of us that is similar in common, which is probably more experimental and progressive or aggressive. But then things just start become organic, and what it really is creating, understanding there's a distance between what you would like to hear in music and yourself, and so that distance is what creates experimentation. So I think that's how we've created. It's an organic, subconscious process, really. And since we've all listened to like weird music, that's kind of how we end up playing the things we do.
Cool. Yeah, no, I put on. I've never heard your band before, and then so I just put on La Fuga. Is that how I say it?
Yes, La Fuga. Yeah.
La Fuga. So I just put that on, and I was like, about 2 minutes in, I realized I'm like, holy shit! I'm listening to music like I was just tripping out. I was just like, this is taking me to a totally different place. Like, so, but it's still metal, and it was really atmospheric, and there was a lot going on, but not too much. So I just found it quite interesting. I was curious, how does one end up doing something like this? Like, are you guys trained musicians in any way?
Not really trained musicians. I was born in a musical family because my parents are both jazz musicians.
Ah.
Okay.
And my drummer has actually studied at the conservatory here in Rome. But
Okay.
I haven't studied music that much. It's been more of like it's more been an influence. It's been in the air for all my life, for example. I don't know. I mean, we'd like to listen to trippy music and aggressive music and progressive music. It's, it's just something we're able to get closer and closer to what we want to hear, and that's the main influence. I mean, music we would like to hear is what we create.
Right.
So how does it go over live for you guys when you're playing live? Like, I see that you've been opening up for quite a few bigger metal bands, and so when you go and open up for them, how do their fans react to what you're doing?
It depends, because we played with bands that have similar, similar tastes.
Yeah.
To us, and even bands that don't even listen to this type of music. It's always interesting, because people hear different things in our music. That's kind of the interesting part of it. It brings them to a mystical experience from what people have said to me after seeing us live.
Right.
Everybody takes, gets their own experience out of it. And I think that's the beautiful part of it. Because we're even more inclined to improvisation and more atmospheric sections when we play live. So it's even more free and open, I think. We don't have much theatrics and much imagery on stage. It's so everybody's kind of free to like let their subconscious develop and create new associations.
That's very cool. So there's a lot of improvisation live.
Yeah, for in many, in like the more quiet sections or the transitions between different parts, we improvise a bit.
Right.
Yeah, no, I was like, before you got on with us, I was telling Bruce, I was like, it kind of reminds me of like the Grateful Dead and Fish meet Pink Floyd and, metal. I was just like, I don't really know how to put those together, but that's kind of what it feels like when I was listening to it.
That's great. We love Pink Floyd. We love all the old progressive music. I haven't listened to the Grateful Dead because that's not. I am American because my parents are from Detroit, but Grateful Dead haven't really conquered Italian musical culture, so I'm not.
Right.
I don't like the Grateful Dead. I'm just going to be honest. I don't like them.
Okay.
They're like, their reputation of improvising is, legendary.
Yeah.
So once again, we're going to disagree here because I totally like the Dead and kind of grew up with them. And maybe that's why I was really drawn to this stuff when I heard it today, because it definitely mixes, the Dead on steroids with some distortion.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I think the progressive band that has influenced us the most, for sure, has been King Crimson.
Oh, wow.
Sure.
Yeah. I can see that too. Yeah. Interesting. When you guys are writing, are you guys all write? This is kind of real technical music. Are you all writing together and bouncing ideas off each other, or is it just like you're doing it in your house and then sending it via email or something?
Oh, it's always like a chemistry. We're playing together in a rehearsal space. I mean, maybe sometimes the idea comes from one of us, and maybe it's an entire skeleton of a song, and then we just develop it with the other people in the band. It changes. It goes through many years, even years of transformations. Sometimes it's just you start off with one riff, and then everybody adds on to it. Like there's one song in the new album called Irradia. It's the second to last song, which just started out with this bass line that our bass player Andrea came up with, and we just improvised on it, created an atmosphere around it, and then everything through time, patience, everything came after I think a few months of just improvising. Even if it's a weird structure, if it's it really depends on a song-to-song basis. Because La Fuga, the one you were listening to earlier, that was the last song I wrote for the album, and I had the entire skeleton of the song ready, and I just rearranged it with our drummer, Giulio. So that was a very simple song to create, actually.
And in the end, I think it ends up making it a much more organic and fluid kind of thing, right? Like Chris was saying about your live performance, kind of that's the way the records come out feeling as well, right?
Yeah, absolutely. For sure.
Chris?
Yeah, how do you find singing and playing guitar in music as technical as this?
It's challenging. I mean, to me, I haven't even played some of the live songs. I haven't played them and sung them together at the same time.
Oh, wow.
And we'll be starting doing that in March, actually. The album comes out this month, but we'll start playing live starting from March. And yeah, it'll be a challenge for sure. I'm getting ready for that right now.
Sorry if I'm giving you nerves or something. Wasn't my intention.
No, absolutely. It's just I focus so much on playing the songs that playing it becomes kind of second nature, and singing is what I'm mainly focused on when I'm playing live. I don't feel it difficult to play the guitar on the songs but it is difficult singing the types of vocals for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Bruce,
is there a message or something you want your fans to take away after listening to a Nero Di Marte song or record?
No, there isn't a specific message, I would say. I think I want them to be open to their subconscious in a way. With this album in particular, I think we've gone through a meditative approach in the songwriting, and I wish that can happen to people listening to the record. They can go into a trance and explore themselves through the music.
And Chris and I were talking about this before you got on. I imagine your shows, not your typical heavy metal crowd, so you're going to have, like, instead of moshing and crowd surfing, you've probably got people doing what you said, like hypnotic, trance kind of thing, and not, well, whatever, just in a trance kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there isn't that much moshing at our shows, because everybody's very paying full attention to what is to what is being heard. I think moshing I can't even remember the last time I saw moshing at our shows.
Right.
So yeah.
So how does the difference between styles of music go over with the crowds? I mean, you're opening for some heavier band. You seem to get a pretty good reaction from the crowd still?
Yeah, I would say so. It depends though on the type of crowd. Sometimes we have people, not getting into it for sure. I can understand why they go to like an extreme metal concert and they want to have some like violent fun, and they're not getting it from us, and so it might be there's a barrier to entry almost to our music. I understand,
right.
But yeah, I find, as I said before, I find it interesting to see like how different people, even from really different musical backgrounds, what kind of associations they make with our music. And sometimes, I'm very, very surprised that people that are very different from what I would think our target audience is come up to us and say they really enjoyed the show.
Oh, that's good.
When are you guys taking this out on the road?
Say that again, sorry?
Oh, when are you going to start to tour the record?
We're starting in March. We're doing 2 shows, a double release show here in Italy. And we have a few festivals booked in Europe. I'm not sure when we'll come back to the States. Last time was 6 years ago, I think. We came here. We played with Gorguts in Origin in December 2013.
Oh.
But we haven't toured the States since, and I mean, I wish we could. We have some fans over there, I'm guessing. So we should. It's getting hard. It's hard. The barrier to entry to the States is hard. I don't need a visa myself because I have double citizenship, but my other band members all need a working visa, so there's costs. And
it's expensive to do it. I forget what that visa is called, but it's not cheap to get.
Yeah, it's a working visa, and it can cost thousands of euro or dollars to get.
Yeah, right. And then not only that, you have to have shows booked, but you can't book shows if you don't have a visa.
Right.
There's all kinds.
Oh wow, I didn't realize it was that tricky.
Oh yeah, it's so hard, man.
It's hard.
In Canada. To come from Canada to the U.S. to get that visa, which I can't remember what the name of the visa is, but it's specifically for musicians. It's about 3,500 Canadian dollars.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a big obstacle for bands, for European bands or bands from all over the world to tour the States.
Yeah, it's quite difficult. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Chris.
Yo.
I don't know if you've got anything else, but we're at my favorite part of the show. If you're
ready.
good.
I'm ready.
Sean, I don't know. You said you've listened to shows before. Have you gotten to the Furious 5 yet?
In parts, I don't think I have, actually, no.
Uh-oh. You know what he did? He just scanned the podcast. He doesn't know what he was getting into.
Feel free to hang up now, or you can hang on, and we've got 5 ridiculous off-the-wall questions to ask you.
Okay, go for it.
If you're game, they have nothing to do with Nero Di Marte. If you like them, I wrote them. If you don't, Chris wrote them. And if you're game, we can roll with it.
Okay, go for it.
You good?
Yeah.
All right.
The brutally delicious, furious 5.
Let's see. Name a reason you might not leave your house all day.
I'm gonna play it really safe here and say,
oh, don't play it safe.
Being inspired to like write something, and I can't even be bothered to eat.
All right. Name something that might ruin a romantic dinner.
God. Probably talking about my band.
Imagine that you're on your first date and everything's going well, everything's going perfect, and then you're like
talking about 2 things.
But have you heard about my band?
Avant-garde, progressive, you know what?
Yeah.
All right, Sean, is cereal a soup? Why or why not?
No way. What do you mean a soup? Soup is warm. I mean, you can have warm milk and cereal, but
wait, can't you have cold soup? Isn't there a Russian like borscht or something?
Sure, but it should be savory, not sweet, right?
All right, so we're gonna stay on that same line. Is a hot dog a sandwich?
Well, I've heard this one before. No, it's not a sandwich.
All right. And let's see.
It's its own thing.
It's its own thing. All right. And last one. What would be the creepiest thing you could say to a stranger while passing them on the street?
Oh, God.
Check us out on MySpace. I don't know.
Nice.
That
Sean,
was on
you
your
took
feet.
the high road here. I appreciate that.
That was the best, one of the best answers we've ever had right there. Check us out on MySpace. That is creepy.
Hello out there.
Yes, hello out there, everyone. I'm Hal Schwartz. And I'm Flynn McLean. Together we host None But the Brave, a podcast dedicated to the music and career of Bruce Springsteen.
Bruce and E Street Band are on tour right now for the first time in 6 years, and we're taking a detailed look at what's happening on stage in our bi-weekly episodes.
We've also been recently joined by some very exciting guests, including rock journalist Warren Zanes and Stephen Hayden, Backstreet's Magazine founder Charles Cross, and Barstool's Kirk Minahan.
If you're a diehard Springsteen fan, this is the show for you.
So please subscribe to None But the Brave on your favorite podcasting platform, and we hope to see you further on up the road.
Thank you so much. We'll be seeing you.